Hello, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food or beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm here with my co-host for this episode, John Craven, Jacqui Brugliera, and Mike Schneider. Mike Schneider, back from the Big Apple, where he was on a scouting mission for the upcoming BevNET Live Summer 2024 events. How are things in New York, Mike?
Ray, they're great. It's New York City. What more could you ask for? They have everything everywhere, anytime you want it. Choice paralysis at times, but I got to go to the Met Pavilion. We've got some additional space this year. We're really opening up the ability to have one-to-one meetings with retailers, and pretty excited about that. We also have, we have so much space that we're going to have workshops for the first time in New York City.
Like woodworking workshops? So you can like carve your own like spatula or something?
Make a birdhouse at BevNET Live.
Yes.
A birdhouse.
Arts and crafts.
They generally tend to be about the food and beverage industry, Ray. So it tends to be something about product formulation or, just anything that can help you level up your game in terms of building your product. We've had workshops on these things in the past, so that's what's going to happen at BevNET Live.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, I keep getting questions from a lot of entrepreneurs about tactical advice, in particular working with service and supplier partners, trying to find the right co-packer, the right ingredient supplier, the right financial partners. And so I think these kinds of workshops are going to be extremely valuable for anyone attending BevNET Live. It's also going to be extremely valuable for anyone participating and joining the one-on-one meetings that you referenced, Mike. Once again, we'll have Whole Foods representatives at the show to be able to sit down with folks who want to pitch their product, introduce their brand to Whole Foods, which is really cool.
Whole Foods and Lowe's will be there as well.
Yep. Lowe's Foods, another retailer, will also be available for one-on-one meetings at BevNET Live.
That's the great thing about BevNET Live, Ray, is that you're, as a brand, a founder or a decision maker at a brand, you're the attendee. We make the content for you. We're trying to give you, a drink from the fire hose about what's going on in the food and beverage industry, inspire some conversations, and then you're bound to have questions, and the people that can answer the questions are always in the audience. So, and if they can't help you, they know who can, and it's just a really great opportunity to get together and advance your business a milestone or two.
Don't forget distributors
Distributors as well. Yeah, they're there.
June 12th and 13th, 2024 in New York City. It's going to be the event for the food and beverage industry, so you don't want to miss it. I gotta say, one of my favorite parts about the New York City BevNET Live is that it's like the beating pulse, the heartbeat of beverage, seems to be, making it, seems to be, aligning with the right people in the biggest city, arguably in the world. And so, you not only get all the information, all the networking, all the great insights inside the Met Pavilion, but you get that opportunity to be outside and meeting with folks and sort of feeling the energy of the city and what's possible for your brand in the Big Apple. So definitely something that I love about BevNET Live in New York City. And I think something that whether you're a first-time attendee or someone who's been there a number of times will feel as well.
And if you get stressed out, we've got the industrial hemp beverage sampling again.
That's going to happen.
Gotta mention that, since I think we were maybe the first event to do that. Some people told us that, but I guess this will be the second or third or something.
What we've heard from the industry is that we're doing a fairly good job of leaning into hemp beverages and cannabis beverages and treating it very seriously and helping it become like a business conference for cannabis. I'm personally super proud of that and want to continue to make it a friendly space for anyone building a beverage. Come on in. We'll help you get your beverage to the next level. That's what it's all about.
There's great sampling opportunities for pretty much any experience that or use case you see your beverage being used in. Like we have our non-alc bar too, which is great for non-alc cocktails and better for you options for people that aren't trying to drink as much alcohol. And we are going to have a panel about that at BevNET Live as well, featuring some non-alc retailers, which is Sachet and Boisson.
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 Boisson. I took French in high school, so I can correct
I did
you,
not,
Jacqui.
so I'm gonna butcher it.
That's pretty good, Ray.
Wasn't it? Isn't it pretty good? When I was in Spain last week, I could not speak a lick of Spanish. I felt like such an ass trying to like actually keep up with people. It was pathetic. I was like speaking French, Spanish, and English, but it was like all in single words. I was like, si, oui, no. And it was just like, none of this makes any sense. People were actually laughing at me. It's embarrassing. But anyway, it's not the first time people have laughed at me or right in my face. Switching gears here. In June, we'll be on the cusp of Euro 2024, which I know Mike and I are extremely excited about, but we're right in the thick of the NCAA tournaments. And Jacqui, I am sure you are watching every second you can.
I am. This tournament's been insane. I've definitely been more closely watching the women's basketball, and I'm so happy that women's basketball is getting, their day. And hopefully it will just drive awareness and exposure for women athletes moving forward. But every game's been, neck and neck. And I did create a bracket. I have some of the BevNetters in there competing. Unfortunately, I'm not in the lead right now, but, hopefully going forward, I will move up the ranks.
Jacqui, national champion,
I know.
MVP of your national championship team, and you're not even in the lead in your workplace tournament bracket. Come on, what is going on?
I think I led with like emotion rather than, just looking at the numbers.
That'll
At
happen.
least we're having some good chats about it in Slack. I mean, we're talking about Juju Watkins the other day from USC. What a player.
She's unreal. And she's a freshman and she's 6'2" and a guard. She's just unreal. She plays like a
18
dude.
years old, bossing the game. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark, obviously. Paige Buckers from UConn. Am I pronouncing her last name correctly?
Paige Buchers?
Yeah. Buckers. I think people call her Paige Buckets because she's a dynamite. But Buchers, I think, is correct. Yeah. But maybe you think about the NIL opportunities, name, image, and likeness opportunities for these folks. And I saw that Caitlin Clark is making like $3.1 million this year in NIL money. And it's funny because remember back in the day when you could get WNBA stars or rookies on any professional sports team, and you could kind of get them on the cheap because it was these are people who are relatively new or that people don't, the general public doesn't know much about. And now it's if you participate in the NCAA tournament, you have a breakout season, smaller and early stage brands can't just be like, hey, here's 10 grand and, please endorse our product. I can't imagine any early stage brand that would be able to afford Caitlin Clark at this point. It's she's dealing with massive legacy brands probably, knocking on her door.
Oh yeah. I mean, even she's sponsored by Nike. She's in all these Nike ads right now. But also it does create an opportunity because there's a lot of athletes that aren't the Caitlin Clarks that still have an audience and have fans that are following them. So they're pretty much influencers in their own right. They're just maybe more micro influencers. So yeah, NIL has changed the game. It wasn't a thing when I was an athlete, but now they can, get paid for being, little celebrities.
Did you hear the level of remorse in Jacqui's voice? When I was
I'm on Taste. Instead, I'm on Taste Radio.
Here I am.
I could actually, maybe afford to buy a condo in San Diego had I had some of that money. A little down payment would be nice, but
times are different.
Times are different. Now you just have to rely on the generosity of BevNet to fund your home.
Really?
Home
We're
dreams.
going there?
Jeez.
Mike, you'd mentioned hemp earlier. And in last week's episode, John had talked about how, there was certain singular trends or ingredients that used to sort of dominate the conversation at past Expo West. And in 2019, that ingredient was CBD. And it seemed like the entire show was soaked in CBD. It was just on the tip of everyone's tongue. Anyone who was creating a new product or like, had sort of under the table innovation seemed to be interested in or working on a new CBD infused product. 5 years later, not so much. And in fact, there was an article in the New York Times that was published about a month ago titled "Companies Were Big on CBD, Not Anymore." That's pretty straightforward. And it interviewed some folks in the industry, including the founder of Vibes, Jonathan Eppers. Vibes is a brand of CBD beverages, as well as Ben Whitty, who is the founder of Recess, which began as a CBD infused brand. And now, as he mentioned in the article, CBD infused products represent less than 10% of sales for Recess at this point. And I think it's kind of strange to me because there was so much interest. It seemed like there was a lot of consumer demand as well, and it just fell off a cliff. John Craven, you were following this ingredient and this trend really closely. Is there any chance that it could make a comeback?
CBD?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if make a comeback's the right way to contextualize it, but CBD is still a thing. It just kind of isn't a gold rush of everyone trying to put it in everything anymore, which is totally fine. There's certainly, it's used as a supplement and in other types of products than beverages. And, I think in 2019, it was very much like a lot of chatter and not a lot of actual action, since I think if we thought about all the companies that we talked to about their upcoming CBD line that never happened, there were a fair amount, right? So, I don't know. Why did it fall out of favor? We could probably talk about that for half an hour, but I think ultimately, like, the trajectory of COVID and, just where we're at now with, hemp-derived THC kind of has made CBD slightly the odd man out, I suppose.
It also seems like you mentioned Vibes and Recess, and another one is Trip. The ones that were pre-Gold Rush into CBD are the ones that are still doing CBD, and a lot of the Gold Rush brands are just kind of not doing CBD.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say Recess was like a Gold Rush brand which has pivoted, but it's a longer game too, So,
Yeah.
John's talking to Siri.
I don't know why Siri went.
Yeah, I think there's still a level of education about it. And I think there's also an opportunity to just kind of roll it into hemp-derived beverages. You're seeing a lot more THC beverages that are including other cannabinoids in it. So you're getting, more of the plant for a better high and a better experience. So less psychoactive and more like relaxation. So like Calexo, for example, has, equal parts THC to CBD in their beverages, and you have a better experience because you have less of the psychoactive effects. So I think there's like an opportunity there, especially with like the regulations for like specifically hemp-derived beverages, that opens the door to be sold in like more retail stores.
And you see Magic Cactus with the additional THCV as well, the non-psychoactive THC. Not sure exactly what that does, but I do like the impact of Magic Cactus. It just gives you that, for me, it just gives you that just chill that you're looking for, and then you're not like knocked out for an hour either, or 2 or 3. We're in the Matrix.
Yeah, well, I think this goes back to the point that you made, Jacqui, about education, but also sort of delivery mechanism for CBD and for THC. I feel like, John, you'd noted that CBD is still consumed pretty widely as a supplement and in tablets or other forms, if less so in beverages and food. But I think, THC isn't like that. I think, THC in terms of supplements, people don't necessarily say, oh, I'm going to have a THC tablet or capsule, where I think that's more prevalent in the CBD market. But I wonder, if the education even matters at this point. Do people, really want to learn about it as much as they say want to learn about THC?
Well, I think the education is sort of like the literal opposite of CBD, which for CBD it was like, does this stuff work? And now I think there's almost a need to educate about, these products not being something that's going to have you like, I don't know, passed out on the couch, right? That they are like social products. And, I think very few of them are using the word high to describe the functions. So, I mean, I think they're, again, just THC is a widely understood, like, functional, I don't know, not ingredient, but
ingredient.
I guess
Why
ingredient. So I think at this point, it's just more like mainstreaming it. And, I think just the stuff we've seen even in the past week with, chains like Total Wine, like putting THC beverages in like all of their California locations, which they've been, slowly doing that in other states. Like these things are going to mainstream these types of products in a way that I don't think recreational dispensaries ever would have. So it's like the playing field has completely changed and the opportunity has completely changed. So very interesting to see, where this stuff all goes, but it seems like lots of potential upside here.
Also seems like we're starting to see more mushrooms being combined with THC and CBD. I'm not talking about psychoactive mushrooms yet. I'm talking about lion's mane. In this particular, I've got, we just got the new brez in, which is, the previous can was much smaller, 2.5 milligrams of THC. This is a 12-ounce can, 5 milligrams THC, 10 milligrams CBD, 2,200 milligrams of lion's mane. John Craven sampling. All right.
I'm just curious how it tastes compared to the
why not? I'll go for it too.
The old one.
Right.
I think like CBD had its heyday of just like this one singular ingredient, and because everyone was kind of jumping on it because it was something new and exciting, and people wanted to feel better. But now it's just being added to the mix of all these other functional ingredients to make like a well-rounded experience.
I'm not going to say what it tastes like because last time you guys lit me up for saying it tastes like squirt. Oh, I said it. It's good. I like it.
It's lemon elderflower flavor and definitely, I don't know, squirt, Fresca, Sprite.
Yep.
With some kind of earthy undertones to it.
I like the way they're leaning into the terpenes instead of like trying to get rid of them. I mean, this is really tasty.
I mean, it definitely is this is definitely like a product that, when you think about these as alcohol replacements, where this would be like a bit of a slow sipper.
Yes.
Which seems like what they're going for. It's pretty like intense in the flavor.
The bitterness has like a hop quality to it where it's like slowing you down. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like the branding. It's very sort of subtle, you know.
But it does have like this sort of oil slick on it too. That's like, oh, slow down a little bit. That could be psychoactive. That's what I want from a beverage like this. Just a little bit of a warning.
You want like an indicator that if you look at this and you see like leprechauns, that means you stop drinking.
Yeah, or if I see 3 cans instead of 1.
Oh, jeez.
Didn't you just say that it's a good replacement for alcohol beverages? I don't think that's a good endorsement for that brand.
I mean, if they could have that on the side of I don't know, like a Negroni, I'd be okay with that too.
I hope after 1 can of Negroni you aren't seeing leprechauns. Anyway,
that would take a lot.
Just to be clear, the brand you guys are talking about and sipping on is called brez. It's spelled B-R-E-Z, correct?
That is right.
That's correct.
There you go. And, to close the loop on this CBD conversation, Jacqui, I think you nailed it, talking about CBD as a secondary ingredient almost, as a way to enhance the overall functionality of a product versus being the primary reason that someone is drinking a functional beverage or eating a functional food. So I think that is definitely a trend that we're seeing more often. I think the question is, does the cost to add CBD justify the functional benefit that consumers are getting and the price they're paying for whatever product you're selling?
I mean, we still haven't had scientific studies where we can point to what CBD actually does. It's all hearsay. Like, I don't know, someone like me who, had shoulder issues and was taking ibuprofen and decided I'm not taking ibuprofen anymore and replaced it with CBD and then felt better. Was it because I felt better? I just healed? Is it a placebo? What is it? Who knows? But like that's what we have right now when you're talking about CBD.
Don't take ibuprofen. It's bad for you.
I stopped.
There's my
doctor told me
there's my
to.
soapbox moment for this episode.
Thanks, man.
Don't take ibuprofen, folks. It's killing you. Okay, don't
Yeah.
trust the government. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, we need that.
That's
Can we
all right.
insert that disclaimer that says that those are the opinions of Ray Latif only?
The opinions of Ray Latif about ibuprofen and blue foods do not necessarily agree with those of BevNET.com, Inc.
Well, speaking of canned cocktails like Tigrones, everyone knows the brand Crystal Head Vodka, which was co-created by the actor Dan Aykroyd, who I interviewed last year on Taste Radio. Great episode. If you haven't had an opportunity, go to tasteradio.com, look for Dan Aykroyd, or just look for Crystal Head Vodka and listen to that episode. It's a great one. Crystal Head Vodka came out with some new canned cocktails. So they have two varieties. They have a Cosmopolitan and they have an espresso martini. They come in these wonderful little steel cans. They're 100 milliliter cans. I think everyone's seen these. It's like Tip Top or Post Meridium or Tigrones. And, these are two very well-known and trendy types of cocktails, as a Cosmo and certainly an espresso martini. I haven't tried either yet. I'm excited to, but both are made obviously with Crystal Head Vodka. I love these cans, and to me they indicate quality and they indicate convenience more to me than a lot of the full size 12 10, 12, 16 ounce canned cocktails. But the proof is in the pudding. Does this taste good? And if it does, I'll certainly be a consumer. But yeah, I mean, I like the can too. It's black with the little skull that as is associated with the Crystal Head Vodka brand. Those are the ones that come in those glass skull-shaped bottles. So
Think we're gonna need an office taste test.
you want to try these too?
Yeah, why not?
Because they belong to me.
They're not leaving his house.
Here we go.
I'm just kidding. I'll bring them in. I have not a million, but I have so many espresso martinis, so many espresso martini canned cocktails. Like I think I have about a dozen. I'm not kidding. And I was gonna bring them to the office so we could do like a taste test, but I don't know. Maybe we can get Uber or Lyft to sponsor our taste test, because yeah, you know why.
I'll pay for your Lyft, Ray.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just don't have any of your 3 Leprechaun beverages before you do.
Can we sample a
I
new?
said I'd pay for your Lyft, not participate in the taste test. Oh my God. Is it swill time?
Hey, I mean, you're jumping to conclusions here, but we got this new Reese's International Delight iced coffee beverage that
It could be good.
says that it's made with real milk and cream. It's a product of Danone. It's got 220 calories in this 16-ounce can here.
Oh God.
How many grams of sugar?
It's looking like 38.
Does it
That's
have
it?
like a
For the
Definitely
entire
million?
gonna
can,
be
or is
good.
that 2
No.
servings?
Does it have a million ingredients? in it?
One can. A million ingredients. Hold on. I gotta have a sip first. Wow, it smells like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, but it tastes like almost like a liqueur.
Strange.
It's not good.
Doesn't have a million ingredients. This is, I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
not
what to
real
make of
peanut
this.
butter. That's like peanut butter flavoring, right?
It says natural and artificial flavors. Cane sugar, processed. It's got some cocoa. Okay, I don't know. Guess it is what it is here. But I don't.
You know
I don't
what?
totally. Isn't International Delight a creamer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird to have that as like the focal point of a drink.
Well,
Like,
the
is it-
cream makes the coffee for a lot of people, right?
I get it.
I guess it's like people that get iced coffee and like it's all cream and like a splash of coffee.
It's like for the people who buy Yankee candles that smell like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's just like when you ever do that? You go into someone's home. It's like some home in, I don't know. I was gonna say a town. I'm not gonna say the town.
I mean, look, this product. I'll give it props for it delivers on what it says on the can.
It does.
It tastes like Reese's. It tastes like International Delight. Not my personal cup of tea, but
For me, it delivers on everything except for the delight part.
and I don't know about the 38 grams of sugar, but you know.
Did you guys get to try the chameleon coffee, the Girl Scout flavored chameleon coffee at Expo West?
We did not. There was
Yeah, I didn't either. But, an indication that indulgent flavors are still hot or still at least of interest to consumers, even at Expo West. So,
Does this count as an indulgent flavor? Hot dog? Because I've got something here that says it's 100% beef hot dog and then 10,000% free to top it as you see fit.
it's in a big
Is that
bite
from,
box
like,
from
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven. Yes.
You can't
The boxes.
be more than 100% 7-Eleven. But anyway,
But
okay,
what's
so
in it?
but
Is
here,
it
look,
from
in it
7-Eleven?
is
What do we got here?
In it is Big Bite hot dog sparkling water,
Oh,
Come on.
man.
Let me see this.
founded by
Really?
artists. And R. Tom Stevenson and Jason S. Wright, Miracle Seltzer aims to inspire and uplift everyone that takes a sip. Join us as we delight in these miracles.
So,
I think
it's like hot dog water.
we're gonna try some hot dog water here, and we got to save some of that for sample Captain Colin. He specifically requested.
Not for resale. So what exactly is this?
I have
What is
no
the point of
idea,
this?
but the point is, this is probably the point. Get us to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's clear, not brown.
This like makes me think of like hot dog eating contests where they like have to dunk the buns in the water and then like it's
Is this actually going to be hot dog
gross.
water?
it smells.
It smells like hot dogs.
Ugh.
Oh no! Here we go.
Yeah, it tastes like hot dogs.
Really?
Yeah, it tastes.
With any like toppings or like just pure hot dog?
It tastes like what you would expect when you're on the street and the hot dogs are in the water and they take it out.
Yeah,
of the
no,
water.
I'm picturing
Okay.
someone
Boiled like hot dog juice.
Boiled hot dogs.
Someone went into a 7-Eleven and grabbed, there's like probably a little drawer in there where they keep the hot dogs in the water before they put them on the roller. Just drain that.
It's not terrible.
Really? Not terrible.
It's not. I mean, if you like hot dogs, it's not terrible. If you don't like hot dogs, this would be your nightmare.
apparently, there is a character on Scooby-Doo whose nickname is Hot Dog Water. Her name is Marcy Fletch, better known as Hot Dog Water, character on Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. We got to ask Josh Pratt about this. I'm sure he knows who this is. But Josh Pratt is our technical director. Excuse me, Joshua Pratt, our technical director. But yeah, I looked up Hot Dog Water, and that's the only thing I see coming up. Oh, no, I take that back. There was another one. In 2018, there was a product literally called Hot Dog Water, and it was sold in Vancouver, Canada, and it looked like it was actually a hot dog in a bottle of water. Very different than what you guys are drinking. So
It was like the asparagus water that like went viral.
Yes, I remember that. But the asparagus water wasn't $28 a bottle like this Hot Dog Water.
Oh
in 2018
wow,
was,
that's an expensive hot dog.
Yeah. I don't know who would want to shell that out, but maybe these guys are onto something because
Well, this really sits with you though. I don't know about this.
Oh no, it's a lingering taste.
It's as though I just can. It's as though I'm in a hot dog eating contest right now. I know how Joey Chestnut must feel. It's like I'm just continuously.
It's a little interesting.
Yeah, it's still there. It's like I'm still eating buns, and
and the brand is called Big Bite. Is that what it's called?
it is called Big Bite.
So it's created by 7-Eleven?
It looks like it's a 7-Eleven stunt. We'll
Okay.
We'll researching. Yeah.
Okay. Now novelty is still alive and well in the beverage industry. Clearly,
7 Select House of Miracles above Big Bite. So there we go. Can we cleanse this with something?
You want some? I got some Carbone Alfredo sauce. This seems like the type of thing that Ray would endorse.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I eat a lot of Alfredo sauce at home.
Double fist.
Along with a nice
I
chocolate
approve.
cake that I've got over here.
No, I like Carbone. Big fan.
No, Carbone is great.
It's awesome.
Tried this real quick at Expo. It was pretty tasty. I don't know if I've had a jarred Alfredo sauce in a long time, but it was pretty good. Yes, you could drink it as a beverage
You want
too.
me to
Mike.
chug it? No.
Chug Alfredo sauce.
Was Mario Carbone at Expo West? I didn't see him there.
I
didn't see
I
him.
don't. It's hard to verify if he was in the building or not. It's a large place, Ray.
Okay. Loved my interview with Mario, which we published last year on Taste Radio.
It's a classic.
Check that one out too. Can I stay on the sauce front for a second?
please.
Sure.
Yes.
Brought it up. I got some samples of a new brand, or at least a brand that I'm not familiar with, called Le Sauce. Le Sauce Company, that makes gourmet pasta sauce and sells them in these 8.8-ounce pouches. Why are you laughing, Mike?
Because you go to Spain and suddenly
Now he's
you
French.
you have a French accent. Le
No,
sauce.
it's literally called Le Sauce. It's it's like that Pulp Fiction line. They call it, what do they call a Big Mac in France? It's Le Big Mac. So they just don't have a quarter pounder. So yeah, these products come in 5 varieties. There's a classic marinara. There's a savory Provençal. I didn't pronounce that correctly. Creamy sun-dried tomato pesto, a spicy pomodoro, and of course everyone's favorite tomato basil. So I love this because it's 2 servings. As I was saying before we hopped on the mics, everyone has a jar of pasta sauce in the back of their fridge that they opened and they only used half the jar, and they forgot about it. And a month later, you're like, oh, is it still good? And you end up tossing it out. This, you don't have to worry about it. I love this. This is extremely convenient, especially for people, 2-person households or even 3-person households. It feels like this is a really good option. So well done, Le Sauce.
This has nothing to do with sauce, but to wash down, I guess, some pasta sauce, I have this product. It's Buddha Perfect Energy. So BOODA. And they have a variety of different call outs on the front, hitting all these kind of different hot topics right now, which is 0 sugar, has L-theanine, functional mushrooms, natural caffeine. The flavor of this one is Yuzu Sunrise. So it's really, all about enhanced stress-free energy, which I think is been a big topic of just people don't want the crash. They don't want the foggy brain. They want to get energized, but still have that mental focus and uplifting feeling. So it's kind of hitting on all those things. And like Mike was saying earlier, everything kind of has functional mushrooms in it these days. And I'm seeing L-theanine in a bunch of energy drinks, kind of trying to mimic the effects of green tea or matcha, where you don't get the crash and you get that mood boost. So interesting product. I haven't tried it yet, but I guess I'll try it now. Yuzu also is something that's kind of trending right now in some products as well.
Yeah, I've got some yuzu here too as well, Jacqui.
Yuzu's hot flavor.
Yeah, it's nice, light flavor. Yeah, I feel like it's what you would expect from a better for you energy drink.
Well, I can't end the show without talking about a product that I found at the Seafood Expo, which was held in Boston about 3 weeks ago. It was held a week before Expo West. And the Seafood Expo is this grand exposition for seafood suppliers around the world. It's a lot of food service, really. But there are a number of retail brands and products that are exhibited at the show. Acme, which is a pretty well-known brand of smoked fish, introduced a new product, or a new line of products, called Locks in a Box. And there are 2 varieties. Stop
Socks
laughing.
on socks and knocks on blocks.
There's a cream cheese variety, and there's an avocado toast variety. Each of these comes, it's this kit. And it comes with, the cream cheese one comes with smoked salmon, cream cheese, crackers, and utensil. The avocado one comes with smoked salmon, avocado spread, crackers, and a utensil. Really, I'm going to open it up. So you got your salmon. If you're watching the video, that is, I'm showing what's inside.
That's going to be a great screen capture right there.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, and you got branded Philadelphia cream cheese right here. Look at that.
Ooh, nothing but the best.
Interesting.
And you got your utensil. Look at this thing. This is
Can you hold up the bag of fish again?
Yeah, that was.
You want to see the bag
not
of
the
fish?
most appetizing.
It looked like you were holding up evidence.
Yeah.
No CBD or THC in this salmon, as far as I know. But no, I love this. I love this option. Makes it easy for you to have a lot of protein in a relatively convenient and quick way. That's 12 grams of protein per serving. I forget, I'm blanking on how much these retail for. They are already in some select Wegmans. I want to say that they are $6.99, $7.99 per box, but the branding is also fantastic. I love this. Really, really good. I feel like you could sell this on an airplane pretty easily. Actually, you probably wouldn't because people
Please don't sell that on an airplane.
It's gonna be
Anyway.
smelly.
We got to give one final.
Oh, two more shout outs.
Two more. Okay. Well, one final beverage
Yes.
shout out for saving us from the flavor of the hot dog water
In a great way.
in a great way, which
Yeah.
is Bear Maple, which is this sparkling ginseng elixir that is made with a base of maple water. I was really bummed I didn't get to try this at Expo West, just ran out of time, but this stuff's really tasty, cool looking packaging. Clean ingredients, only 5 calories.
We're sitting over here waiting for Ray to throw it back to us because we're still sitting in like hot dog water. And I just decided to open it because Jacqui was talking about yuzu. John's got the yuzu citrus variety in front of him. I've got ginger. We just tried them both and our eyes are like bugging out of our heads. It's really good. Really good stuff.
It's cool to see maple water. You know, I feel like there were like a host of maple water products and then it kind of died down a little bit, but maybe it's coming
Maple
back.
water, birch water, a bunch of tree water, right?
Yeah, tree waters.
Yeah. Can I have the final shout out? It's one of my favorite products. And it's Yea's, the crispy meat jerky. In my hand right here on the left side is, in my hand right here is the mild variety, which we've tried before. And now there's spicy from Grandma's original recipe. I can't wait to dig into this. So thanks so much for sending. Phenomenal product.
Love that brand. First saw them at Fancy Food Show, summer 2023. Man, that's a really delicious product. And I saw they came
So
out with
good.
that spicy variety. Can't wait to try that once I'm in the office. So please save some.
All right, I'll hold this one off and I'll take this one down.
Yeah,
See ya.
I'm not a meat eater, but the branding is on point, and then I've seen pictures of the product and it looks super crunchy, crispy, delicious.
It is exactly all those things.
It's got like an interesting quality to it because it's not like a chip and it's not like jerky. It's somewhere in between in the most perfect way. It's got to be really difficult to make. So good.